have left him many times, Patrick. I guess defending him in a way, he just was like, you should go do it. We'll change your life, and I'll just be here when you're back.
Did he tell you the same spiel for Love is Blind or what?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Hey guys, welcome to Little Black Bird 91. Listen, let me be very honest with you. You ain't gonna like my title. I'm gonna say it again. Listen, old boy deserved to get punished. I'm gonna say it straight. Old boy deserved to get manipulated. I'm gonna say it straight one more time for you. I'm gonna change my title because I said Casey's manipulation is groundbreaking. Nah. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. Patrick deserves to get manipulated. Why? Because this is something I'm starting to learn. If you allow a woman to use sex to manipulate you, it actually speaks more about us as men than it does about them. Okay? All right? Let me just say that again. If you allow her to use sex to manipulate you into a particular position like this, and you allow her to do it, you deserve to get manipulated. Okay? All right? Because this woman told you who she was. She was a devil in disguise from time. Okay? All right? She was a devil from before. Why do I say that? Because she told you in the pods who she was, and you didn't want to believe her. Okay, all right, you didn't want to believe her. Now, I said the same thing about women. When women do this thing where they ignore what a man is, we said it with Ashley and Tyler. When you start ignoring what a man is and ignoring what a woman is, when they're telling you who they are, you got no one else to blame but you. Now, everyone can complain and they can cry about how, somebody shouldn't manipulate you. You're right. Somebody shouldn't rob your house. But guess what? You have to lock your door. Do you not? Yes. So at that point, no one's going to have any empathy because your house got robbed when you didn't lock the door. It'd be like that. You know what I mean? The onus will be on you. Okay. Now, this situation with Patrick, I want to play the clips. Okay. All right. I got my nice little Ray-Bans on as well. You know, these they made me buy some Ray-Bans for glasses all of a sudden. I don't know. It's the same shape as I had before, but they made me pay an extra 100. Anyway, look. Subtle flex, my bad. Sorry, I shouldn't be doing that. Anyway, back into what I'm saying. This situation with Patrick and Casey, let's look at this clip very closely.
See.
Yeah, he doesn't think this is going to work. He's going to be very wrong.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to set a really hard boundary with him.
I know.
Let's pause it right there. First and foremost, let's pause right there, okay? First things first. She just told him that her ex previously told her to go on the show and prove that she could be on the show, whatever. Then he says, right? Then she goes on to say, oh, my ex actually said on this. No, he asked a good question. And she obviously ends up explaining that her ex said the same thing for her right now, which means the ex is currently still in play. Because she's telling you that this ex said he's going to be waiting outside for her when she finishes. Your instincts are talking to you. Your gut instincts are telling you. Your logic is talking to you. What's not talking to you is your heart and your penis. And sometimes those two can start to connect and cause all the sorts of chaos and mayhem. Right? And oftentimes it's an indication of a lack of boundaries and also a willingness to self-betrayal in long-term relationships anyway. I'm glad he had this failure. I'm glad she manipulated him today. Because if he doesn't get his ass into therapy or some type of coaching, he gonna be here again tomorrow. And it'll be a long-term relationship. This is a lesson for both men and women. Devils usually speak and tell you their plan from early. Okay? I don't mean she's a devil. I'm just saying in terms of like what we're talking about. Okay? All right? All right. She told him the plan from early. He has no excuse. Let's play it a little bit more. Okay?
I have to figure that one out for sure,
I figured it out.
Yeah.
And I figured it out. If we get engaged, I don't really care to tell him.
So her next thing was he asked about, you got to figure it out, right? You got to have some hard boundaries with him. Nah, Negro, you need to not be there at all because she's telling you that she's not willing to finish that relationship, right? She thinks she can bury her head in the sand. No, let her bury her head in the sand by herself. You don't need to be a part of this mayhem and this mess. Now she's going to tell you we can get married. We're going to get together and married. And I don't have to tell him. Sorry, is he a stalker? Sorry, is he abusive? Sorry, is he somebody that is, is he somebody that is, some level of abuser or something that we don't know about? Because if that ain't the case, there is no reason for her to monkey branch from that relationship to you. No reason. And I'm yet to see a monkey branch work. There's always a time and a season where there needs to be a break between the two people, and there needs to be time set apart to reestablish reestablish the person's solitude, and to also get to grips with what happened in that past relationship. Monkey branching don't work very well, right? Which means jumping from one relationship to the next without there being much of a break. Okay. So now we've got a whole situation.
All I actually do is care about you right now. So
I appreciate that. You can do whatever you want. Just obviously, I mean, it's marriage. It's going to be a really, really deep commitment.
you might have.
Now he's telling her marriage is gonna be a really deep commitment. It has a really deep commitment, and it's a big thing for him. He's right. It is. Marriage is a very big thing for him. It's a massive thing for anybody, and the commitment's huge. This is why you can't play with it. This is why we can't just. And do you know what? I've been in that space before. It's delusion. I've been in that space before. It's delusion. The delusion is you're unwilling to look at the evidence for what it actually is. The evidence is pointing to you, telling you that this person isn't good for you, but you override the evidence because of what your desperation coming from your own heart and from your own mind is actually speaking. Your desperation will force you to make decisions that do not align with longevity and the health of your emotional state. It won't, because of the fact that you have a heart that's wounded. So the heart that's wounded will choose whatever makes the pain go away for right now. So in the midst of being chosen today, he'd be rejected tomorrow. This is what he chose. That's actually a choice he made. And a lot of people make that same choice.
A text too.
I won't. I ended everything that I had before I came here. I didn't make up a backup plan.
No, I don't have a back.
And you see this level of manipulation? She immediately tried to flip it on him by saying, oh, I'm sure you'll get a text too. No, darling, that's not how things work. But you flip it on him because what you're trying to do is now you're trying to make, oh, both of us got the same situation going so that you don't feel guilty. And here's why she doesn't want to feel guilty. Because we talk about emotional safety. A lot of times when I'm dealing with clients, we talk about how to feel emotionally safe within a relationship. And one of the hardest things to be safe within a relationship with self is the word shame, embarrassment, and guilt. Those three things will take you out every single time. The guilt you feel, the shame you feel, the embarrassment that you feel. And I can't remember the exact definition because guilt and shame are not the same because there is a difference between the two. I can't remember what the big difference is. There's a massive difference. But the guilt that she felt in that moment, or the shame she felt in that moment, she tried to say, oh, but both of us got a situation like, oh, like you probably get a text too to make herself feel better. No, he doesn't have a text because he's not doing what you're doing. But you know, when you're moving mad and you're manipulating, okay, when you're doing Zaza business, yeah, for those of you who don't know what Zaza means, it means Zaza means nonsense. When you're doing Zaza stuff, yeah, you're just doing Zaza stuff all over the shop and all over the gaff. This is what we get. Yeah, Zaza issues.
Backup plan. It was over either way.
This is a really big commitment, though, you know.
Are you concerned about my commitment to you?
Now she asked you a direct question. Are you concerned? He's saying, no, yes, you are. Now, the fact that he paused tells us again, he's too nice for his own good. He don't want to be rude. He don't want to be nasty. He don't want to let her down. And I get it. I've been there too. You know, sometimes I struggle with that myself. But this was a danger because now this is about relationship. This is about marriage. This is about you making sure that you're going to be in alignment with something that's going to benefit you, not take away from you. So the fact is that he paused in that moment told us all we need to know a little bit about him, the struggle behind conflict, the struggle behind telling the truth. And whenever you can't tell someone the truth and you can't tell people the truth, you normally get locked up in behaviors that actually end up doing you dirty. Okay, they end up doing you dirty, right? So now we're in a situation, okay, where you're not being honest and true. So look what happens next. She's gonna take advantage of this. Watch.
That's a yes.
Maybe a little bit. I don't know.
Why? Now, this whole situation, right? She's saying, like, are you bothered by this, right? And he's, are you thinking about it? He's like, maybe a little bit, Now, here's where the manipulation is going to take up another notch. She's like, oh, okay, before I lose him, I'm going to do something. Now, ladies, y'all got to be accountable because y'all be using this tactic a lot for the men that you marry, the men that you date, the men that you even just having a situationship with. Some of you be using this. Now, the men them have their own issues. They do some manipulation or two, and I call them out when they do it. But it's for the ladies specifically. Y'all know exactly what you're doing right here. Okay, all right? When you start using the pum-pum, okay, all right? Start using the pum-pum.
I don't know. It's just like so serious.
If you want me to block him immediately, like, and not tell him, I will do that.
You can let him know or whatever, you know.
I don't need to let him know.
I've had a lot of people.
Why would you not need to let a man know when he doesn't know it's over? You couldn't have a conversation with him before you left to say it's over. Yes, you need to let him know. Because clearly that man still thinks he has a relationship with you. So yes, you need to let him know. See, the concerning thing about her is the way she's handling it. This should literally be a red flag to you. Okay? This should be a literal red flag to Patrick, that she's unwilling to let that man know, knowing she hasn't finished the conversation with that man, knowing that he still is waiting for her outside, knowing that, you know, she hasn't put effective boundaries in place, knowing that she might get a text after. Of course, she needs to tell him. What is the nonsense about that? She just told us she might get a text from somebody. So why would she not want to tell him? That's where your concern should be as an individual. But again, when you're thinking with your penis and you're not thinking with your head, but the other head, you can go ahead and get manipulated because that's what you're going to lead to, right?
People screwed me over before. So.
I'm not going to screw you over. Maybe you should lighten up on me just a little, you know? I really fucking like you.
Not her saying you should lighten up on me, knowing that she's manipulating you. You know what I mean? Not her saying go light on me, knowing that she's manipulating you right there and then, right? She knows she's gaslighting you right there and then. She knows that she's playing with you right now. Now, of course, you know, the looks part later on, yeah, we can do that. But this aspect here, top tier manipulation. Because instead of reflecting and taking accountability and saying, you know what, you're right. I do need to have a conversation with him. I need to let him down. I need to let him know that I am moving on. Instead of her doing that, no, she wants to deflect again. You know, you shouldn't be so harsh on me. She's manipulating. And because she doesn't want to take accountability, because accountability would mean her looking in the mirror to recognize that she is the problem. But because she doesn't want to deal with herself, because dealing with herself would mean actually starting to work on the toxic, dark nature that you have. And because you're probably just like your ex-boyfriend right now, you're both manipulative probably. The reality of the situation is she's going to put it on you because then you are not strong enough to tell her that's not how it works here. I'm not accepting that as an answer. I'm not willing to accept what you just said to me as being appropriate because she knows how you're going to be.
I don't even... This is like the weirdest thing in my life I've ever done.
You're good. I really like you too.
I want you to love me, but I don't know if I can fully love you until I get to like touch you.
And that's the problem right there. Okay, all right. Now I'm not mad at it that you need. I'm not mad at it that you need physical contact. Physical contact is a real thing. I'm not mad at it that you want to see his face. But she just told you another thing. I can't fully love you until I see you physically. Oh wait, the whole point of the show is love is blind. We're on strike free. We are on strike free. This whole show is called Love is Blind. And she just told you to your face, I can't love you until I see you. Basically said, oh, till I touch you. No, until I see you. So we're on strike free. This girl's not serious. She's a manipulator. She's a gaslighter. She need not be in your vicinity. But Patrick, you're not listening. You're not listening, Patrick. And I've been there. I'm not trying to be, I'm being harsh, knowing that I've been in the same position. And sometimes you need a hard conversation. Brother, wake up. Wake the frick up now. Okay? Wake the frick up. If you don't wake up, you're going to be in deep, deep trouble.
I don't know. I want to touch you so bad.
I'm like a baby seal.
I know.
You're gonna love the baby seal. I swear to God.
Oh my gosh, Patrick. We were changing.
Yeah.
And they were like,
Now she's talking about, oh my gosh, we're changing. Da, da, da. They're not changing anything. She's about to switch the playing field. She's about to put the full on full court press now. Okay. Now she's gonna she's gonna reel his ass in. Okay. All right. Now, as men, we can get caught up when we allow our penis to think rather than our head to think. Okay, and I've been there, so I'm not saying that, you know, like I've been there. I've been there and I understand it, so I get it. You know what I'm saying to you? All right. Okay. I just want to be able to just say that I do. So.
Wow. Really?
yeah. I wanted to make sure I was like ready for my man. So if you wanted me to like go get it off or shave it, I could go do that, you know.
And now she got him. Now she got him. Once she said that, oh, gotta shave him, she got him. Same thing happened. Same thing also happened in Love Is Blind France. Sex gets people going. You know, sex gets people going, and I've been there, so I know. Like I really do. I understand it. Sex is such a powerful thing because the chemistry that you have, the energy you have, the vibe you have, it's nice. Oh, it really is nice. And when someone's talking slick behind the wall, oh, come on. Come on. But you see, when you start valuing emotional connection above all, okay, when you value your connection above all, massive. Yes, that's why he paused to tell her his ethnicity. Yeah, because he wasn't sure if he'll be rejected or not. And he's a fool because he's doing the same thing that's going to get him in trouble. When you try to hide your ethnicity because you're afraid that you'll be rejected, you will end up being rejected.
Yeah, it would take like literally one pull.
That would be cool, for sure.
Okay.
But I don't sweat it, you know.
It's not that much work. If you look like a baby seal, you want me to look like one.
Not her dropping it innuendos. If you need to look at baby seal, I look like one. This is how she roping him in again. Okay, roping him in, and really the extra sexual energy is really all about the extra sexual energy is really about the inability to really connect to somebody emotionally. We use sex as a way to talk because a lot of us struggle in the emotional area. We use sex to cover up our pain because we don't know how to express our pains and our vulnerable wounds. We use sex to cover up the fact that we're confused and we don't know where we're going to go with our life. And instead of actually being a trajectory that moves forward, we get stuck in the same position. So we use sex to make ourselves feel good. I know, yeah, when you're just in shorts.
Oh, yeah. That's funny. I'm just talking about like my actual skin. Like,
I know.
Oh, okay.
And I want to give you what you need.
Yeah, for sure. It's all.
In a lot of ways.
Now she's starting the sexual talk because now she want to reel him in. Now she's starting the sexual talk because she's going to reel him in, talking about I want to please you in all types of ways, really playing up to his ego. And he got sucked in. I've been there, but you got sucked in. The game is the game. You got sucked in. Now she's trying to anchor you in because she knows that she got your listening ear, right? She knows you got your listening ear, and you're gonna fall right for it. Line, sink, and honker. Line, sink, and honker.
I'm more than ecstatic for that, mentally for sure, and like physically outside of the sexual realm for sure.
I feel like we've gotten there mentally.
I think so.
I just need you to like trust me and
trust you
a little.
When people say trust you, they usually are the ones that are lying to you. When people start saying like, trust me, trust you, they're usually lying to you. They're usually lying to you. They're usually lying to you on the hardest level because why? Why? Why are you saying trust me when you should be trustworthy already? Okay, all right.
I'm sorry. It's a really difficult thing to get on one knee and propose, you know?
I know. And
It's just showing.
Feel very confident in that.
I am confident. What do you mean?
Mhm.
I am a very giving, committed girl. I have planned.
Anyway, that's what I need to say. There's no word to go. There's no need to go any further. You already know what it was. Okay, I've said what I need to say. Anything more, I'm overkilling it. But yeah, my last points to this, because I got to get to the gym, is that Patrick, you need to learn the lesson now. Okay, learn the lesson now. Don't let your penis dictate your decisions. Do not let your penis take you into Zaza business. Okay. Okay. Don't let it take you into Zaza business that you are now lost in the source. The Zaza business took over, the nonsense took over because you allowed for yourself to be drawn in by sexual energy, even though you felt it in your spirit that this wasn't the right relationship. It's self-betrayal that always leads to betrayal. Okay. All right. So make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. You click on that bell button for notification of the uploads. And if you need any coaching, please reach down below in the discovery box and leave us a click on the link and book yourself in for a free discovery call. We'd love to hear from you soon. Much love, much appreciation. We'll see you again soon. My oh my.